Church, turn with me to 1 Peter chapter 1. 1 Peter chapter 1 is where we'll be this morning. In the small town that I grew up in, high school football was legendary. 10 years before I was born, the high school football team in Little Sweetwater, Tennessee, won back-to-back state titles under a coach whose name, ironically, his first name was King. And they treated him like one. Even named the field after him. So when I came along years later, I played on a field named after him. And when I was around 10 years old, in 1993, they won another state title. I went to a few games that season. They were thrilling, and many of the players on that team actually went on to play local college football. I became just enthralled with the sport at that point in my life. And so when I started high school in 1997, the coach who was coaching the team in 93 was still coaching the team, and I wanted to play for him. His name was Bill Dupes. He was a legend, again, in our area, not to you all down here. So all 5'3", 150 pounds of me decided to go out for football, and if you put those two things together, my height and my weight, you'll get a picture of what 14-year-old me was like going into high school. So I learned quickly that the glory of Friday night was undergirded by the suffering of practices on Monday through Thursday. And so workouts, I learned very quickly, there was no off season when you played football in high school. Workouts were all throughout the summer, lifting weights, running. It was hot. August the 1st, at least in the state of Tennessee, was the first day that you could put on, and were allowed to put on, according to state rules, pads. So your first padded practices were in August. And so it didn't matter what day of the week that fell, unless it was a Sunday. The coach had us put pads on August the 1st, and we practiced. And so the first full week of August was what we call two-a-day practices. And I don't know if any of you all have played high school football or have experienced two practices, padded practices a day in August, but it's about as miserable as you could picture it being. It was hot. Every ounce of me wanted to quit, but if you could stick it out for a few weeks, you would get to the first game on Friday night, and it was worth it. The stands were electric, the band was booming, the lights came on, and it was time to play football. And so the point of that story is that the suffering of preparation led to the glory of the game. And in many ways, Peter is reminding his readers that though they are suffering exiles now at this point in their life, there's a living hope and a glory to come that makes the suffering and the trial